Indonesia. Land of tropical islands. Land of active volcanoes. Land of ancient cultures and biodiversity. Imagine a country composed of over 17,000 islands, of which only 6,000 are inhabited, stretching along the equator like a necklace of precious gems. Welcome to Indonesia, the world's largest archipelago, a country where nature expresses itself in all its power and diversity. In this tropical paradise, the seasons simply alternate between rain and drought, creating a perfect environment for unparalleled biodiversity. Indonesia is a true treasure chest of life. Here you can find 10% of the planet's plant species, 12% of mammals, and 17% of birds. From the marine depths to the dense rainforests, Indonesia is home to unique creatures such as the orangutan and the legendary Komodo dragon. But here, nature doesn't limit itself to showing only its gentler side. Indonesia is also part of the fiery Pacific Ring of Fire, with 150 active volcanoes dotting the landscape, more than any other country in the world. This geological activity, while presenting a challenge on one hand, has endowed the country with abundant natural resources on the other, making this nation an important economic player. Indeed, it is the world's largest producer of palm oil and a key exporter of rubber, coal, and natural gas, earning itself a place in the G20. The wealth of this nation, however, is not limited to nature. With over 700 languages spoken, the country is a living cultural mosaic. This diversity is reflected in a myriad of unique traditions, ranging from the burial rituals of the Toraja in Sulawesi to Balinese dances, or the tribal masks of Papua. Every island, every ethnicity, contributes its own customs and beliefs to form Indonesia's rich cultural tapestry. This diversity is also felt in the demographic composition, with almost half of the population under 30 years old, infusing the country with young and dynamic energy. Moreover, despite Islam being the predominant religion, with 87% of the population professing it, Indonesia is an example of peaceful coexistence among different faiths, with significant Christian, Hindu, and Buddhist minorities. Indonesian art, with the ancient fabric weaving called batik, recognized by UNESCO as intangible cultural heritage, is just one example of the country's cultural richness. However, the nation is also facing modern challenges, such as Jakarta, the capital, which is sinking at an alarming rate, so much so that the government has already planned to relocate it. Indonesia is thus a country of fascinating contrasts, where tradition and modernity, wild nature and economic development coexist in a delicate balance. But now, let's move on to visit its most beautiful and iconic places. Raja Ampat. In the far east of the Indonesian archipelago lies Raja Ampat, a natural treasure of West Papua. This aquatic paradise, made up of over 1,500 islands, cays, and shoals, is renowned as the global epicenter of marine biodiversity. The crystal-clear waters of Raja Ampat teem with life, hosting an unparalleled variety of marine species. Here, coral reefs stretch for miles, providing shelter to a myriad of tropical fish, mollusks, and rare marine creatures. This underwater wealth attracts scholars and diving enthusiasts from all corners of the globe. The aerial view of the islands is equally magnificent, with their distinctive rock formations covered in tropical vegetation, rising from the ocean's depths like green sentinels in a turquoise sea. This mosaic of land and water creates landscapes of almost unreal beauty, captivating the imagination of photographers and nature lovers alike. Ubud. It is the cultural heart of Bali, surrounded by a landscape of extraordinary natural beauty. The town is enveloped by vast stretches of terraced rice fields, extending like an undulating green carpet to the horizon. These terraces, a millennial work of man in harmony with nature, create a majestic panorama that changes with the seasons. Deep canyons carved by rushing rivers like the Ayung offer spectacular views and opportunities for thrilling adventures. Lush tropical forests embrace the town, hosting a rich variety of flora and fauna. Hidden among the vegetation, ancient temples and sanctuaries dot the landscape, testifying to the region's deep spirituality. Moreover, hidden waterfalls like Teganungan offer oases of tranquility. Nusa Penida. This island off the coast of Bali is a sanctuary of untouched natural beauty. Nusa Penida amazes with its incredible contrasts, including towering cliffs that rise dramatically over deep blue waters, creating postcard-perfect views. Beneath the surface, a vibrant world reveals itself to visitors, with crystal-clear waters hiding lush coral ecosystems, where a myriad of marine creatures find refuge. The most iconic attraction is undoubtedly Kelimutu Beach, nicknamed T-Rex Bay. Here, a uniquely shaped rock formation resembles the profile of a dinosaur, offering a surreal scene that captures the imagination. For those seeking tranquility, hidden beaches like Atu provide a pure relaxation experience, with secluded white sand coves protected by majestic cliffs. Every view on the island speaks of wild, untouched beauty, a corner of the world where nature continues to amaze and inspire. Tana Toraja. Hidden among the verdant mountains of Sulawesi, it's a mystical world where life and death dance in unique harmony. Here, traditional Tongkonan houses, with their boat-shaped roofs pointing towards the sky, dot the landscape like sentinels of an ancient culture. But it's in the funeral ceremonies that Toraja culture reveals its deepest essence. These rituals, which can last for days or even weeks, are celebrations of life lived, not moments of mourning. For the Toraja, death is just a passage, and the deceased are considered sick until they can be properly honored. Visiting this place means immersing oneself in a philosophy of life that challenges our Western conceptions, offering a unique perspective on the cycle of life. Yogyakarta. In the heart of Java, Yogyakarta lives to the rhythm of Javanese culture. This royal city, still governed by a sultan, harmoniously blends tradition with modernity. It's a must to stroll through the lively streets of Malioboro, where the aroma of satay mingles with the sounds of gamelan, while colorful batiks and traditional masks in artisans' shops tell ancient stories. But this city is also a springboard to ancient wonders. Just a few kilometers away, the majestic Borobudur Temple emerges from the jungle, with its 504 Buddhas. Not far away, the Hindu spires of Prambanan stand against the sky, silent witnesses to an era when gods and kings walked side by side. Bali. Bali is the island of the gods, a tropical paradise offering a perfect combination of natural beauty, culture, and spirituality. Its golden beaches stretch for kilometers along the coast, ideal for surfing and relaxing under the tropical sun, offering idyllic views of the Indian Ocean. Inland, the lush rainforests and distinctive rice terraces invite adventurous explorations, providing scenes of almost surreal beauty. Ubud, the cultural heart of the island, is a center for art, dance, and music, as well as home to a rich and diverse artisan market, and is recognized as a world-renowned destination for yoga practice. Bali not only enchants with its landscape, but also captures hearts with the kindness and hospitality of its inhabitants. This sincere welcome, combined with the enormous variety of activities and landscapes, makes every stay on the island an unforgettable experience, leaving travelers with the desire to return again and again. Mount Bromo. In the heart of East Java, within the vast Tengger caldera, lies Mount Bromo, one of Indonesia's most iconic volcanic landscapes. This active volcano, with its ceaseless fumarolic activity, offers an unparalleled natural spectacle. Sunrise over Bromo is a moment of extraordinary beauty. As the sun rises, its rays transform the surrounding landscape, gradually illuminating the ash plains reminiscent of lunar surfaces and the clouds of gas rising from the crater. To witness this majestic spectacle, many undertake a nocturnal ascent to observation points. This pilgrimage at dawn allows one to admire the sunrise behind Bromo, providing an unforgettable experience where nature's grandeur manifests itself in a shifting play of light and shadow. Borobudur Temple Complex. The Borobudur Temple Complex, located on the island of Java, is one of the grandest Buddhist monuments in the world. Dating back to the 9th century, this site is famous for its terrace structure, symbolically ascending towards enlightenment. Each level is adorned with detailed sculptures representing Buddhist teachings, transforming the entire temple into a visual text of meditation and spiritual guidance. Borobudur is not only a pilgrimage site for the faithful, It's also a masterpiece of Buddhist art that attracts scholars and tourists from around the world, offering a profound testimony to the artistic and spiritual skills achieved in the Indonesian islands in pre-Islamic times. Jakarta. Frenetic, chaotic, but incredibly vibrant, Jakarta is the beating heart of Indonesia. This megalopolis of over 10 million inhabitants is a kaleidoscope of contrasts. Ultra-modern skyscrapers stand next to traditional neighborhoods. Open-air markets coexist with luxurious shopping malls. In the historic district of Kota Tua, Dutch colonial buildings tell the city's past, while the modern skyline reflects the nation's future ambitions. The National Monument, or Monas, stands like a beacon at the center of the city, a symbol of Indonesian independence and unity. But it's in the alleys and warungs, which are small street restaurants, where you discover the true soul of Jakarta. Here, the aroma of grilled satay mixes with the laughter of locals, and a cup of Indonesian coffee can turn into a conversation that lasts for hours. Komodo National Park. In the Indonesian archipelago of the Lesser Sunda Islands lies Komodo National Park, renowned as the habitat of Komodo dragons, the world's largest terrestrial reptiles. This park is not only home to these ancient predators, but also an ecological mosaic of extraordinary variety, encompassing rugged volcanic landscapes, lush tropical forests, pristine coastlines, and vibrant marine ecosystems. The biological richness of this protected area is impressive, hosting a wide range of both terrestrial and aquatic species. This makes the park a crucial site for nature conservation, preserved largely in its original condition, far from anthropic impacts. Bukit Lawang. Hidden in the Sumatran jungle, it's a picturesque village and the gateway to Gunung Leuser National Park. Famous for its orangutan rehabilitation center, it offers visitors the rare opportunity to observe these primates in their natural habitat. trekking through the lush rainforest, tourists can encounter not only orangutans, but also gibbons, macaques, and a variety of exotic birds. The Boharak River, which runs through the village, offers moments of relaxation and the chance to cool off after excursions. The relaxed atmosphere and hospitality of the locals add a touch of authenticity to the experience. Tumpak Sewu. Tumpak Sewu, located on the island of Java, is one of Indonesia's most spectacular waterfalls. Also known as the Tiered Waterfall, this natural wonder offers an impressive panoramic view, with water cascading radially over a wide amphitheater of mossy rocks. The surrounding region is lush, rich in tropical vegetation, and offers numerous opportunities for exploring local biodiversity. Venturing into the area allows for discovering an almost untouched nature, with trails leading to exceptional observation points. Ijen Volcano. The Ijen Volcano is famous for its spectacular acid lake, one of the largest in the world, and for the blue flames that can be observed at night, a natural phenomenon caused by the combustion of sulfur. These flames, burning with surreal intensity against the darkness of the night, along with the turquoise lake surrounded by dark rock walls, create an extraordinary visual contrast. Sulfur workers ascend and descend the volcano daily in extreme conditions, manually extracting the precious mineral in a landscape that highlights the human struggle against the brutal forces of nature. Ijen is not only a natural wonder, but also a symbol of human resilience in the face of environmental adversity. Wakatobi National Park. In the heart of the Coral Triangle, Wakatobi is a hidden underwater paradise. This archipelago of 4 main islands hosts extraordinary marine biodiversity. Under the crystal clear waters, forests of vibrant soft coral extend as far as the eye can see, while schools of tropical fish dance like living confetti. Experienced divers can explore mysterious drop-offs, which are vertical walls that plunge into the blue abyss. On the surface, white sand beaches invite relaxation, while the villages of the Bajo, who are the sea nomads, offer a glimpse into local culture. Wakatobi, therefore, is a world where sea and culture merge in perfect harmony. Gili Islands. Three tiny jewels emerge from the Sea of Lombok. The Gili Islands embody the perfection of island life, with no cars or motorcycles, only bicycles and horse-drawn carriages. Gili Trawangan, the largest, offers vibrant nightlife. Gili Meno, the smallest, is a romantic refuge with deserted beaches. Gili Air, instead, balances relaxation and activities. These islands offer crystal-clear waters populated by sea turtles and rich coral reefs. The famous swings in the water offer magnificent sunsets, with the sun painting the horizon in pink and gold. A trip to the Gili Islands undoubtedly captures the very essence of tropical paradise. Prambanan. Towering majestically in the central Java Plain, it's a masterpiece of Hindu architecture. This 9th century temple complex, with its pointed spires rising towards the sky, tells epic stories of both gods and demons. The main temple, dedicated to Shiva, is surrounded by smaller shrines in a layout that symbolizes the Hindu cosmos. At sunset, the ancient stones are tinged with gold, creating a spectacle not to be missed. During full moon nights, the complex serves as a backdrop for the Ramayana ballet, where dance, music, and fire merge to narrate the ancient epic poem. Prambanan is a living place where Javanese history and culture continue to breathe. Tirta Gangga. Located in the eastern part of Bali, it's an aquatic labyrinth of pure magic. This former royal palace, whose name means Water of the Ganges, is a complex of pools, fountains, and lush gardens. Ornate statues and stone bridges rise above pools filled with colorful koi carp, creating an atmosphere of serenity. Visitors can wander on stone walkways that cross the water, offering unique perspectives at every turn. Surrounded by rice terraces and with the backdrop of the majestic Mount Agung, this place is much more than a garden. In fact, it's a celebration of harmony between man and nature, a place where Balinese art finds its highest expression in water architecture. Kelimutu Volcano. The Kelimutu Volcano in Indonesia is famous for its 3 crater lakes, each of which changes color depending on the mineral activity and chemical composition of the waters. The colors vary from bright blue to green to dark red, making each visit a unique and surprising experience. Located on the island of Flores, this place is shrouded in local legends that tell of ancestral spirits inhabiting the lakes. Dawn at Kelimutu is a magical moment, when the first rays of sun illuminate the lakes and the surrounding landscape, offering a spectacle of colors bordering on the paranormal. Flores Island. It's a mosaic of idyllic landscapes and ancestral cultures. The island takes its name from the colorful flowers that cover it, but it's famous for much more. The crater lakes of Kelimutu, which change color as if by magic, are its most famous jewel. Traditional villages like Wairebo, with its cone-shaped houses, offer a glimpse into ancient lifestyles. The pink beaches of Padar and the crystal-clear waters invite relaxation, while the surroundings host the famous Komodo dragons. Flores is a journey through different worlds, from prehistory to the present. Besakih. Perched on the slopes of Mount Agung, it's the largest and most sacred Hindu temple in Bali. Known as the Mother Temple, this vast complex comprises over 80 temples and shrines. Stone staircases lead through courtyards and terraces, each dedicated to a different deity. During ceremonies, the temple comes alive with festively dressed worshippers, colorful offerings, and gamelan sounds. The view over the surrounding valleys is spectacular, especially at dawn when the fog slowly dissipates. Besakih is the spiritual heart of Bali, where earth and sky seem to meet. Lake Toba. Born from a catastrophic volcanic eruption 70,000 years ago, it's a freshwater giant that defies imagination. This crater lake, the largest in the world, hosts the island of Samosir at its center, as large as Singapore. Here, among the traditional Batak houses with their characteristic boat-shaped facades, time seems to stand still, offering a refuge of peace and primordial beauty. The placid waters of the lake reflect the surrounding mountains like a mirror, creating sceneries of almost unreal beauty. The traditional villages of Samosir, on the other hand, preserve ancient traditions. Indeed, watching a traditional dance or participating in a local ceremony is like immersing oneself in a past that's still alive. Lake Toba is not just a geological miracle, but a cultural sanctuary where nature and tradition merge. Mentawai Islands. Off the west coast of Sumatra, the Mentawai are a paradise for surfers and lovers of unspoiled nature. These remote islands are famous for their perfect waves, which attract surfers from all over the world. But they offer much more, including primordial rainforests, deserted white sand beaches, and a unique indigenous culture. The Mentawai people, in fact, still maintain many of their ancestral traditions, including elaborate tattoos and a deep connection with the forest. A trip here is not just a naturalistic adventure. It's an immersion in a world where time seems to have never passed. Lombok. Often considered the little sister of Bali, Lombok has a charm all its own. The island boasts pristine beaches, hidden waterfalls, and the majestic Rinjani volcano, whose peak offers breathtaking views of the archipelago. The island's interior, moreover, is a mosaic of terraced rice fields, dense tropical forests, and rolling hills, offering wonderful sceneries and unique opportunities for trekking through unspoiled landscapes. The Sasak culture, with its traditional villages and colorful fabrics, adds a touch of authenticity. Less crowded than Bali, it offers a more tranquil and authentic experience of Indonesia without sacrificing spectacular landscapes and exciting adventures. Banda Islands. Hidden in the Banda Sea, these remote islands were once at the center of the global spice trade. The aroma of nutmeg and cloves still permeates the air, while ancient Dutch fortresses tell a story of conquest and trade. The clear waters surrounding the islands hide some of Indonesia's most spectacular diving sites, with vertical walls, underwater caves, and rich marine life. White sand beaches offer a tranquil refuge, while the active volcano Gunung Api adds a touch of drama to the landscape. These islands are a journey through time, where history blends with unspoiled nature. Concluding this visual journey through Indonesia, we have moved from the charm of its tropical islands and majestic volcanoes to the most famous icons of its ancient and modern cities, discovering together not only places, but also traditions and cultures that make every corner of this archipelago unique. We hope that the images and stories told have enriched your knowledge and stimulated the desire to personally explore the extraordinary diversity of this nation.